What's up, guys? WWE Fan Talks here. Today we're going to be taking a close look at the WWE Ultimate Edition Series 17, Seth freaking Rollins. So looking at this Seth Rollins right here, he looks absolutely magnificent. Looking through that window, we got the same exact packaging that we have seen before in the Ultimate Edition line. We have Seth Rollins on the side right there. We have Seth Rollins on the back hitting that dive. We did take a closer look at this box in the unboxing video review. If you have not checked that out, pause this video, go check that other one out. Here's the other side. And here's the front of the package again. And without further ado, let's crack Seth freaking Rollins out of the package. Alright, so before taking a closer look at Seth freaking Rollins, let's take a look at all of the accessories that come with Seth Rollins, starting off with a pair of fists. So he comes with a pair of fists. He also comes with a pair of the Randy Orton posing hands. Really cool, especially for his entrance. I think that fits well. We also get the Ricochet hands right here. So it's an alternative to these, I guess you could say. So very cool that we get that. And then we get 3 different head sculpts right here. Let me take the one off the figure. That is the first head sculpt right here. It is the regular looking head sculpt. Unfortunately, I have some sort of white smudge thing underneath his eye right there, which I'm sure should be pretty easy to take off. But this is a very, very good looking Seth Rollins head sculpt. And I love the head, not the head, I love the hair and how it kind of forms around his body on there. It's pretty realistic, and I think it's nice that we're finally getting a longer haired Seth Rollins. Here we have probably my favorite head sculpt out of the bunch. They redid this head sculpt just by putting new hair on it, and I think it did wonders for this head scan, so there we have that. And then we have the Screaming head scan, which I know a lot of people love this head scan, including myself, so very cool. I'm curious to see how this looks on the figure. And then the best accessory in this set, and probably one of the best accessories of all time, we have his entrance coat right here with this amazing fur that has like shades of, like, I don't know, it like fades from black to orange. It's really cool. It's like black tips on the orange. It's really neat. And then we also get that same thing on the cuffs right here. Very cool. We have the stained glass look, which is really shiny in person. There's all these shiny diamond-esque looking dots coming throughout. And also really appreciate how we're getting this longer string right here, so it's easier to tie it around his waist. But overall, really cool. Great quality. Even the first stuff right here, it's not just one layer. It's all sewn together. Very, very nice. This is going to be really cool to pose on our displays. So there's the Seth Rollins coat. So without further ado, let's take a closer look at the actual figure. This has got to be the greatest Seth Rollins action figure we have ever seen. I don't even think there's any comparison. Not comparison. I don't think that any of the other ones... I guess there's no comparison from this one to the other ones. Just this one is out of this world, crazy with detail. We got new body molds, we got new head sculpts, we got new hair, we got new accessories, got a new version of Seth Rollins. This thing is insane. Let's dive deep into this Seth Rollins right here, right now. So the first thing that I noticed, and I don't know what you guys are going to notice first, leave it in the comments down below. What is the first thing you notice about this figure that just really stands out to you? For me, it is the torso, the upper torso right here. I think that they did an excellent job with making this a bulkier version of the Seth Rollins Elite torso that we get. I just feel it looks like it's the same, but it's just upscaled and it's bulkier like he should be, because Seth Rollins is a jacked dude. I've met him in person. He's not small. He's a big freaking guy. And they did both the chest hair. I'm not sure if this is the same chest hair print that they use on his other figures, but it does fit well on this body mold. We do get the pinless double jointed elbows right there, looking fantastic. And then we get the butterfly joint as well, looking freaking awesome. And I do believe that the arms, they do pop out, so if you wanted to interchange arms, you totally could. So very cool. We do get a nice crunch with this torso. I know that with some of the Ultimate Editions, we've had some trouble in the past crunching with the torso, but this one works wonders. Looks great. And then coming down here into the lower torso, we get that awesome belt mold. It looks freaking fresh. Like, I think we should start getting this even in Elites. And I know we try to make things different with the Elites and the Ultimate Editions. We try to differentiate them, so, because these cost like, what, $10 more, $15 more? And then we get the pants right here looking fantastic. I was curious to see what they were going to do with the a bedazzled jewel kind of look. And on camera, it looks really shiny and sparkly, but an up close look, you can just see that it's some yellow, some silver, some blue. And that definitely makes up that silvery, sparkly look that he has in real life in his gear. Overall, really cool. I'm not exactly sure what the theme of this gear is. I heard some people say that it's like a Tron-inspired gear, but I'm not quite sure just because while it looks like a Tron-inspired gear, I don't think this looks like a Tron-inspired jacket. This looks more of like maybe like a Monday Night Messiah mixed with his current gimmick or the Revolutionary, whatever gimmick he was rocking at this time. Very similar to what he's rocking now, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the inspiration of this gear is, but it looks very cool, and it's one of the most interesting Seth Rollins gears we've ever gotten. It's not my favorite Seth Rollins gear, but I gotta say, it's becoming one of my favorites the more I look at this figure. Even on the back right here, just the back looks like Seth Rollins' actual back. Like, isn't this a brand new... I think this is brand new, right? This is a brand new torso. It's gotta be. We do get the drop-down hip articulation, which looks freaking awesome. And then everything else just looks fantastic. We get the double joint, or not the double jointed. We get the articulated toe articulation right there. Very cool. And then the kick pads that we have seen on his elites. So overall, really freaking sick Seth Rollins. Now let's pop some heads on. We got the one that I said was my favorite initially. Let's see if that's true. I think it looks awesome, and I think it would look really cool if you had some blonde in there. So people, customizers, get onto it, get some blonde streaks going on with this Seth Rollins. I like the way this head sits on this figure right here. I just think that the head sculpt looks freaking fantastic. And I think it's a bummer that people are crapping on this head sculpt because it was the one that we used to hate. But I just think that it sucked before because of the hair we had on the figure. But if you take the hair off and you put on a new hair sculpt or hair mold, it looks brilliant. Like, it looks so much better with this hair mold. But anyways, looking very cool. And then let's get the regular head scan on right there, the one we got in package. This is the more generic looking Seth Rollins when he's focused. And I think a lot of people are probably going to pose him up with this head sculpt. But I think if you're going to pose him up, you got to give him one of these dynamic head sculpts. So one where he's screaming. And I got to give props to whoever was in charge of putting this figure together in this package. They did a great job with selecting the head sculpts. They didn't do anything stupid. We got a nice, serious, pissed off Seth Rollins. Maybe somebody just kicked out and he's like, oh my god, I need to hit another stomp. Then we got focused Seth Rollins, determined Seth Rollins, and then we got screaming Seth Rollins because he's about to stomp somebody's head in. And I think that they did a great job with that. I know that we're getting some silly head sculpts with Mattel right now, which is kind of bothering me, especially when we get a silly head sculpt and the alternative head sculpt is just another silly head sculpt when we should be getting a silly head sculpt and a serious head sculpt. That's just my opinion. Like the Austin Theory, I haven't reviewed it yet, but I have looked at it in the package, and it looks like the best Austin Theory to date, except for the head sculpts. The head sculpts look like they could be great, but they're not because of the fact that we're getting two absolutely ridiculous looking head sculpts. I'm fine with one or the other as long as we get a regular Austin Theory head sculpt, because now we're going to have to pose our Austin Theory figures with one of those two head sculpts. And we're not going to want to pose them up with one of the older ones because that's not up to date. But anyways, enough about Austin Theory. We're talking about Seth Rollins right here, right now. Dude, this figure is fantastic, and you need to pick it up today at Ringside Collectibles. I don't really demand that anybody goes and picks anything up from Ringside Collectibles. I suggest it. I never demand anybody to go buy something that I'm promoting. I suggest it. It's a suggestion. Just like I say, I suggest that you use discount code Tanner to save 10% at checkout. But this is the first time I think in this channel's history that I'm telling you, you have to go buy this figure. You need this figure in your collection. If you're the biggest Seth Rollins fan on the planet, you need this in your collection. I can tell right now that this figure is going to be the figure that's going to be hard to find. It's going to be rare. And if it shows up in your store, you better believe that you're going to pick it up, right? But I think instead of waiting for it to hit the shelves, go to Ringside Collectibles, pick it up at Ringside Collectibles, just like I did. Phenomenal figure. I am so freaking pumped to have this in my collection. And now let's get this coat popped on right here. It's going to be a little difficult with these hands, but we'll make it work. I will finesse it on camera. And then we will put the other arm in through the sleeve hole. And it is a pain in the butt, but we made it work. Get everything situated. Get everything wrapped around. And boom. And then I will also tie it. Let's just tie it really quick. We won't do anything nuts. We'll just wrap it around. Boom. There we go. Here we have Seth freaking Rollins in all of his glory, posing up, singing his song. And I think we should get a different head sculpt. We should get this screaming one because he's singing. We got to get it a little bit of the chest hair popping out right there, just like he does. And it looks like he's hitting that entrance. Like, freaking awesome. Like, that just posed up right there. And I think we could close the code up just a little bit, but I think that looks fantastic. Hands down, best Seth Rollins we've ever gotten. I don't even think that should even be a question. I think that's a statement, okay? That is a statement. It is a statement. For anybody out there that's saying this might be the best, no, it is. It is the best Seth Rollins. Thank you, Mattel. And thank you for Ringside Collectibles for always getting your figures in early, because now I get to enjoy this before the people who choose to go to the stores do. So anyways, here we have Seth freaking Rollins, 10 out of 10. Definitely recommend picking it up. Look out for Elite Series 102 video reviews popping up soon, as well as the Ultimate Edition Series 17 Andre the Giant coming up soon. I think that will be the video I post last. I think I'm going to split Series 102 up in half. I'll probably do Rhea Ripley, Commissioner, Foley, and Sami Zayn in one video, and then Edge, Theory, and Gunther in the other video. But leave in the comments down below, how do you rank this Seth Rollins? What figures are you looking forward to seeing getting reviewed on this channel? But thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Go to Ringside Collectibles, use that discount code, save yourself 10%, and pick up Seth freaking Rollins. WWE Fan Talk Show, out.